Hi guys, Captain TigerLily here, and we are back with episode 3 of Crocheting My Dinos. And today we're gonna go pick up our little buddy that we're gonna crochet with. He's back here. And I'm very excited for you guys to see this one. I think it's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna turn out great. But we're gonna go get Bravo. We're gonna go get him. He's in here. Come on with us, Bravo. We're gonna go hang out. Alright, so as you can see, it's afternoon. I've been through doing a little bit of things today, but Bravo's gonna come and hang out with us while I go exploring, doing some stuff. And I'm gonna tell you guys what my plan is for some of our extras, because I'm running out of room over here to put dinos. I think I really only have place for like 2 more dinos, and a lot of the ones that I still have left over are all solitary, so this is going to be a little bit interesting, but we'll figure that out later. I'm going to hop on over to Crochet Me so you guys can see me work on Bravo. He's such a good little boy. I did want to pop in real quick and tell you guys that I didn't quite do this one the way I initially was planning. And there's not as much crochet in this one just because you guys have already seen a lot of the main parts that I made for Freckles when we were working on her. But with all that being said, I think he's going to turn out real cute with the way that I did him. So I think you guys will like him. He's so precious. Hello. We're working on our 3rd dinosaur for our Crochet My Dino series, and today we're gonna work on Bravo, which I'm sure you guys saw in the opening bit. And I do have some of the pieces done for Bravo already. I have our little belly patch here out of this lovely like canary yellow, which I do very much like, and you can see I have the lighting a little bit better today, so you can see like the sparkles in there a little bit more, and I love that. We're also going to use this yellow for the same details on the back because I do not have a cream in this color. And I also finished the bulk part of the body. So there's his little tail and little feetsies. And I got that all ready to go. All I'm going to have to do is stitch on the belly piece here. And then we'll stitch the head on there once we get that done. But the biggest thing that I'm going to have to work on today is the head and the frill for sure. And I'm going to do the frill a little bit differently than I did before, but I'm going to use, I have a different hook this time. I have a 4mm hook because my 3.75mm hook and I are having a disagreement lately. So I've been using this guy and it's been working pretty well. Even with this yarn, which normally calls for, especially for amigurumi, normally calls for closer to a 3mm. We're going with this one. And then I've got these lovely green 12mm, or not 12, 14mm crochet safety eyes. I love these. These are really pretty. I'm gonna have to get some more of these because I'm running out of a lot of the other colors. I was originally gonna do gold, but I liked the look of the green better. So move that out of the way. And my colors for today are going to be, again, Premier Pixie Dust Brights. And this is in the color Lucky Clover. I love it. And then this one is our yellow, again, from Pixie Dust Brights. And it's in the color Sunshine. Now, I don't need this one right away because we're going to do all of the head in green. So I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm snagging other crochet hooks as I go. That sounds about right. But we're going to work with just this one for now, and I should have enough to do the head and the frill with this because these come with a lot more than, that is a kitty hair, than they look like they do. I mean, they do come with 250 yards, so it makes sense, but they go a lot further than you think they do. They really do. So I'm going to get this started, and we're going to head on into making the head. No puns intended. Now, as I get this started here, we are using the same pattern that we used for Freckles, which is by Double Dutch Crochet. It's the Tia Triceratops pattern, and I'm going to leave the link down below like I've done before. So we're just going to start our magic ring, and do our 6 single crochets. And once I get this started, I'm going to work up until we're placing the eyes. And I'm also going to show you guys how I'm going to stitch on the little like circles and spots that we're going to do on there. And obviously, like before, we're not going to get the exact look just because I don't have a pattern that's going to lend it. That was weird. That's going to lend itself to doing that that much detail. I have found some that I could do, but a lot of them are calling for you to use like the really thin acrylic yarn. So the patterns themselves, when I'm using fluffier yarn like this, would end up being way bigger than they're supposed to be. So that would not be the best thing in the world for me. So it's fine. If I get the hook through there. We're going to work with it as is here. And what I'm actually going to do, if you want to take a look here at the, essentially what would be like the beak area, that section right there, I'm actually going to crochet a separate piece and stitch it on afterwards, like I'm going to do with the belly. So basically everything that we're going to do today is I'm going to get the base part of the head done. We're going to make the green part of the frill, and I'm going to stitch on the spots on the back. I'm going to make the horns and everything that's going to go on the frill afterwards, and I will show you guys the final piece at the end. But the way that this one's going to be is a little bit different, and I think it's going to turn out better doing it this way, hopefully. And I'm going to do the frill a little bit different. I'm not going to stitch it directly onto the head. I'm going to make a separate piece and then stitch it on afterwards. I think that's going to work a little bit better. All right, we're gonna hop in real quick, and I'm actually in the next day in game, and it's raining, so I don't have to water all my goodies. But I got my little ones over here helping me harvest, and my bushes are done. Let's see if they picked anything for me. Got some tomatoes. More tomatoes. And I think that was probably some sort of radish thing, onion, maybe, I don't know. That thing. I don't know why it's not letting me get those out of there, but whatever. Anyway. There we go. It was just having a moment. Let's see. Beetroot, that's what it is. But yeah, I got some of these I can sell because they're really, really good. But yeah. Figured I'd show you guys my little rainy day. And you can, hop back over to Crochet Me now for a bit. Okay, now from here, you'll see that I put the stitch marker back in on the side of the stitch. And that is because that's going to mark where the start of this row 4 is. And from here, I have to do 4 full rows of just stitching all the way around. No increases, no decreases, no nothing. So what I do for these is this marks where the first stitch is, and then I can count how many rows up I've done. So for this, we have to do 4 rows of 18. So here we go. All right, we are back at the end of that row. And so the next one is going to be an increase row. So I'll go ahead and start that, and then I can move my stitch marker out of the side and up to the top. And it just works so much easier for me to put it down in the side. And not everybody does that, but I think if you're doing multiple rows of just no increases, no decreases, it's just all the same stitch all the way up, I find it easier just to mark where the beginning of that chunk is, and then I can count how many rows up I've done. So like there's another section that's going to be coming up in a little bit before we put the eyes in where it's 6 rows of stitches all the way through. So, or not 6 rows, 5 rows of stitches all the way through, and I'm going to do the same thing for that. So I will show you that when we get to that part. But I've got 3 more rows to do before then. So here we go. Hi guys, welcome back. I got this cute little guy hanging out over here. I figured I'd show you him. He's so cute. Look at that coloring. I love the green. So pretty. And this one looks like ours. Our little one from it back at our home. But I'll pop on over to some of my other fun ones. Like these little guys. Look at this little purple one. It's so precious. I don't know what the rarity is on any of these, honestly. But it was just so cute. I had to show you guys. And of course there's these cute little babies. I like this coloring. It blends in with the sand. Also, there is this like brown gray Allosaurus over here that I'm really tempted by, but I'm hanging on for that purple one. I really want that purple one so bad. I really do. This would be my second best guess because we don't really have any like really gray, like dusty kind of color ones. I also think this is going to be the coloration I go with for this one because I really like that blue. And it is a loner, so I might do that. Apparently that's just the most common color out here, but I don't care. It's really pretty. And then, I don't know what color I want for these guys. Maybe that green. But look, it's like our Chomper. Or not Chomper, it's like our Dash baby. He's so cute. I think this one is actually the rare one that I really wanted. I'm not salty. Alright, back to crochet for you guys. Alright, we are at the end of this row, and we're going to start with the stitch that starts our next chunk of rows. And stitch that through there. And now I've got my first stitch in that first row marked, and I can stitch all the way up into the head and finish that up. All right, so from here, I've just got 3 rows of decreases to do, and then we will be done with the head. But I am gonna put the eyes in. I gotta figure out where they go again, because I don't remember how many stitches that requires. Okay. So from here, we've got to go up from the center up to row 9 and 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right there. Actually, it's gonna go there in that row. That's gonna be more centered. Okay. So from here, we gotta make sure that it looks like there are about 5 to 6 stitches in between them. So I usually go 1, 2, 3, and then in the 4th one for that. And we'll do the same thing on this side. So 1, 2, 3 into the 4th one. Let's see how that looks. I like it. Let's put in the backs. There's that one. And there we go. Good snap. All right. Cute little eyes are in and we're ready to go. And I'm going to do my 3 decrease rows and stuff the head. And I will see you guys back when the head is finished. And of course, since we were working on Bravo today, I had to bring Bravo over to see all of his buddies. Look at all these little babies. I really like that pink and purple though. That's really pretty. I almost went with the gray one for this one originally, I think. But I really like that we ended up with the green one. And the green one is actually one of the rares. Not like an ultra rare, but it is a rare. And I like that. I also found this gorgeous buddy over here. Look at how pretty that coloring is. And it almost blends in exactly with the grass. That's a gorgeous green blue. I love that. Ugh. I'm so glad I decided to come to Dapplewood today. There's also these guys over here. And that coloration is just so rich and pretty. I almost want to make this pure red one over the one that we've got. I really do. Like, because I really love that color. I don't know. You guys will have to help me decide down in the comments. Also, we have almost an entire herd of this pink and purple coloration over here. What is that? That's beautiful. I'm not looking forward to making those spikes, though. That's so many spikes. Would it look adorable and super pretty? Yes. It's going to take me a long time. You know, I also always forget that this fills up with water on the rainy days, and that looks gross. The water shouldn't be green. It should not be green. Also, look at the little brown one. It's so cute. I like it. Alright, I will send it back to Crochet Me, and I will see you guys at the end. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. Look at this little purple and blue one. Oh my god, they're so precious. I love them. Oh, there's a little green one like we've got, but oh my gosh, they're so tiny and cute. I'm pretty sure that was... Is that Microraptor? I might be wrong. But it is the smallest one, so... But oh my gosh, it's adorable. All right, we're at the final row here, and a lot of people will go ahead and do the final row, which is supposed to be 6 decreased stitches around, but I find that it's a better kind of seal to actually skip that last row and cinch tight the row of 12 before that. Now, I know a lot of people don't do that because they get kind of I don't know, they get very particular about it, but I just find it a lot easier to end it on the 12 row versus the 6 row. So for this, all I have to do is do that for now, and then we will finish stuffing and then stitching it together. And I've got my little needle right here ready for when we need that. So let's finish stuffing the head. So from here, you can see there's a tiny little spot in the middle. I'm going to pull that as tight as I can and then hold that string down while I finish tying off the, excuse you, head, come back, the knot. Alrighty, and there we go. Now all I have to do is stitch in this string and trim off the excess, and we'll be ready to go. But I'm going to do that in a little bit. I want to show you guys how I'm going to stitch on the belly patch. We're going to move that out of the way and stitch on some of the spots. Now, I was going to start the frill on screen, but because that is going to take me a while, we're going to do most of that off screen. What I think I'm also going to do for the detail underneath the mouth part, the part that's going to go here underneath the head, is I think I'm actually going to stitch another piece similar to this extension that I made on the belly patch to go off the other end of it, because this is going to be essentially this bit up here, and then this is going to go underneath the tail like that. So I'm going to stitch this piece on. This round part here is essentially going to go right up to the neck for this one. That's how I want this one to look. And yes, the rest of the tail is going to be left with no color on it, but I think it's going to look a little bit better having less color underneath the tail and having the color go fully all the way up the belly like it does in the game. So now here's where things get a little bit complicated. I normally use what's essentially my equivalent of amigurumi sticks, which I will show you what those look like. It's essentially these very large plastic tapestry needles with a stitch marker each on the end so that they don't poke through the project completely. But I think doing that with this might actually make it harder to work with. But at the very least, I'm going to use these three, and I'm going to stitch in this. I'm going to hold this circle down into place. So that's going to go there. That piece is going to go there, like that. And then this one is going to go there. So that at least this part won't move, and I can stitch with this as much as I need to. So let's get working on this little tail here. So I'm essentially going to work up this way around it and then back down to the base, I think. Because I think that's just going to work the easiest. Like so. Now the problem with this big old string that I've got on here is that it's very hard to pull. Let me move my crochet hook and the stitch marker out of the way because I don't need those right now. Kitty furs getting everywhere. This is what happens when you are a fur baby mama. Okay, so. Okay, that's going to go like that. Now, from here, this is where it gets a little more complicated. We're going to be going up and down into it like this. Which is where it gets a little challenging. Because those kind of stitches are not easy to do when you're stitching through multiple layers of crochet. But we're gonna make it work as best I can. If you can find like the holes between the stitches from the rows before when you're stitching into it, it's a lot easier, but it's not unproblematic in the long run. And I snagged something. Oh lordy, what have I done? I made a giant knot. That's what I've done. That happens way more frequently than you would think. Give me a second to untangle this. Okay. There we go. Got it. Goodness, that was an endeavor. And then I can take this first one out, since the rest of it's going to be held in place pretty well. And then we're going to stitch this bit in, and we're actually going to stitch straight to that spot where I had the amigurumi stick in. Now I know I didn't stitch up into the yellow on this one, and that's because I'm going to do it after, so I can make sure I actually get through to the stitch that I actually want to go down. Okay, there's that one. We're going to do the same thing again here. We're going to pull that a little tighter than it probably needs to be, but I really want this to look a very particular way. So that's where we're stitching in. We're going to stitch that in there. Like that. Because I want the color to go right up underneath the leg joint. Right there and that. I can take the blue one out now. I'm gonna have to trim that little end off, but that's okay. So we're gonna go there to there, and then stitch up into the circle. There we go. Go there to there. And then stitch that one. And then that goes to that one. And up into that one. Almost got it. There. That one to that, and then it's all in the way. I can't see my stitches. That's a problem. Alright, I'm going to take this one out because we don't need that anymore either. Just need the body. Okay. Now I'm going to stitch all the way down to the end of this and get that stitched on, and then I will show you how I'm going to do some of the spots. And then I will pop back in the final section after that, and I will show you our finished little buddy Bravo. So give me a second to finish stitching this up, and then I'll show you how I'm going to do some of the spots. So I've got his little belly done. I think it looks pretty good. So we're going to work on some of the spots up here. And I did make sure this one that Bravo could actually sit up a little bit better. Like that. I don't know how he's going to do when his head's on, but that's a future me problem. But what I'm going to do is going to take this and stitch straight up into the tail, like so. Like that. And then from here, I'm just going to stitch little circles all the way over his back. Some of them are going to look like little dots. Some of them are going to look like actual little circles. And I'll show you guys right here what that's going to look like on him. And I'm going to stitch them on here. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do like this one is going to be almost like a little, almost kind of like a little square, but not exactly. It's hard to explain. Not quite like that. I'm going to do it like that. Oops, got a bit of a tangle there. Oh man, not again. It's this yarn, I tell you what, it just tangles on itself so easily. There's that. And we're going to go up into that stitch. Right there. And right there. And we're going to stitch under here. And it's just going to be a random pattern of all these little details all over. See, like that. So we've got kind of a little circle going on. It looks a little bit like a square on the inside, but I think once we get all of the little spots on there, it's going to look really nice. So like if I want to do an actual spot, I'll just say we'll do one over here, and I'm going to do just a little, we're going to stitch through like 3 or 4 times just to get a little dot there instead of a circle. And one more, like that. See? Now I've got a little dot there. So I'm going to do that all the way up from about here on the tail all the way up to where the head is going to connect on the neck. And you guys will see in the final video how I've done it on the frill, which is going to be a little bit different. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to turn out, but hopefully once I get all of this stuff stitched together, we'll have our little friend. Why am I so red all of a sudden? Why did I turn so red? What happened? There we go. I don't know what happened, but it turned really red. Yeah, it keeps weirdly color correcting. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to leave that there for that. And I will pick up in the gameplay part of the video, and I will show you our finished little dino friend. So, see you there. Alright guys, he's done. Let me make my screen bigger and I'll show you. Are you guys ready? Look at him! He's so precious! I love him so much. He's so adorable. I ended up going with the cream color yarn for the horn here just because I thought it turned out way better that way. It is shedding a little bit with the yarn that I used, but it's fine. I also had a lot of trouble with these little ridges on the top, but I still think it turned out really, really nice. and I love the little detail that are on here. Obviously, I didn't get quite as many in there as are actually on Bravo in-game, but I ended up getting a decent amount on there, and these are just randomized because they looked pretty random when I was looking at different pictures and angles and stuff of Bravo in-game, so I went with that. And I didn't actually end up putting the little yellow underneath here. After I got them all together, I kind of liked just having the head be solid green because he does have the green like beak in the front, and I didn't really think that he needed the extra cream color, so he's just gonna stay as he is. So he's so precious. I love him so much. I hope you guys like him too, and I'm gonna post some pictures of him later. He's adorable. But I am gonna leave this here for you guys. And in the next video, I actually have a bit of a dilemma. I don't know who to make next. I'm leaving a poll over on the community tab. It should be up now by the time you guys are seeing this. And you guys help me pick who to make next. I have our lovely little babies. I will show you each one who are the possibilities. I'm sorry, Bravo, you're going to have to hang out over there for a second. But we have 3 possibilities for who we could do next. So first off is our beautiful little cupcake girl right here, Jewel, because I have all the colors to do that now. So I should be able to make her totally fine. The only color that's going to be a little bit of an issue is that darker one, but I may have to use one of the ones that I would have for a different, I almost said dinosaur. And option number 2 is Chumper, the big boy. He's so cute. He is going to be a bit of a challenge just because of the size. I have the colors that I want for him now. It took a little bit to find them, but I do have the colors that I want for him now. So hopefully I shall be able to do, my goodness, big chompies. I should be able to do him how I want. If you guys want him to be the next one. And choice, number 3, I took the long way around and I didn't need to, is actually our little crocodile buddy right here, Patch. He's got poops. Let's get rid of poops. But yeah, we've got him as an option too. I have the perfect shades of green for him. So let me know down in the comment section or go on over to the poll and let me know who you guys want me to do next. But I'm going to leave this episode here, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching me make Bravo. He turned out so cute, and I'm really happy with this one. And I love his little toes. His little toe beans are adorable, okay? They're really cute. So, if you guys liked this video, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. Hit the notification bell, that way you guys know when new videos go live. And share this video around to anybody else you think might enjoy watching me crochet some dinos. I'm going to leave the first couple of videos of this one down below me here on the screen if you guys want to check those out if you missed them. And the link to Paleo Pines, as well as the pattern that I based Bravo off of, are going to be down in the description if you guys want to make Bravo for yourselves, or if you guys want to play the game and get your own version of Bravo. So, that being said, I'm Captain TigerLily, and Bravo and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye!